Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Pool Chapter 18. This one's titled Abducted. Hold up. The girls whooped excitedly and took off to their posts, keen to try out the plan that they had come up with. While back on the other team, Aizawa was making his own preparations. Sir? Ida asked from his post at the flag, arms crossed confidently across his chest. Are you going to the fray now? I thought you were going to stay on standby. Sometimes in life, plans change last minute, Aizawa said mysteriously as he donned his goggles and strolled off casually into the bushland. Ida cocked his head to the side curiously, but didn't say anything. He trusted his teacher, and so let him go and do his thing. Back on your side, you stood by the flagpole, while Yaoyorozu created a multitude of flash bombs and dispersed them around the underbush, hiding them so that she could activate them secretly when Bakugo, or anyone else, tried to get close to the marker. I've completed the bombs, Yaoyorozu announced in a breathless voice, running back to you with sweat beading on her forehead. Are you alright, Yaoyorozu? You asked, concerned. Did you overuse your quirk? Do you need to rest? I should be fine, Yaoyorozu said bravely, calming her breathing and giving you a determined look. You have time to rest now, and if you don't feel up to defending the flag, it's okay, we can all cover for you, he said kindly. A loud explosion sounded in the bush, and you both looked in the direction of the noise. That's definitely Bakugo, Yaoyorozu remarked. I'll go and try and stop him before he gets too close. The flash bombs will be the second line of defense if I fail. I don't want to hear the words try or fail, you said with stern kindness. I want to hear will and win. You go and capture him, and I'll stand guard of the flag, you added, watching as she nodded confidently and disappeared into the underbrush. Not a smart idea to leave yourself alone, a low, gravelly voice announced from right behind you, and you clicked into fight mode, activating your quirk and spinning to attack whoever it was that had just appeared behind you. The minute you turned around, your quirk was shut down, and you were bound in Aizawa's ties. You damn ropes, you growled at him. He lifted his goggle from one eye with his thumb and gave you a lopsided grin. You're coming with me, he said as he stepped back and threw one end of the binding cloth at a nearby tree branch, using it as a lever to hoist the two of you up and away from the flag, swinging you off into the bush and up into another tree. Aren't you supposed to be taking the flag, not me? You called, shrieking as you were whisked away to another tree. Quiet, he reprimanded, his hand coming down heavily on your mouth. This is an extra part of the exercise I didn't tell you about. You hummed with confusion against his hand. Noise down below drew Aizawa's attention for a split second, then he looked back into your eyes. Time to go, he said, removing his hand from your mouth to pull out some duct tape to slap it on your mouth. He then reached an arm around behind you and pulled your body against his before unhooking the binding end of his cloth from the tree branch and throwing it to another tree to take you further away. Miss Lynn? You heard one of your girls call, most possibly Yaoyorozu. Where are you? I don't know what this exercise is supposed to prove, you thought as Aizawa held you in his strong arms and took you far away, but I hope it doesn't traumatize my students. Suddenly Aizawa dropped to the ground and put you down, pointing to a cabin nearby. This is where you'll stay until you're found, he said, taking the end of the binder and walking you towards the door. Any questions? He added as he got to the door and pushed it open, then turned and ripped the tape from your mouth. Yes, what the hell? You snapped. Language, Yin. No, seriously, what does this have to do with capture the flag? Taking me away is cheating. This isn't teaching the students anything good, you said in a very reprimanding teacher-type voice. This, Aizawa said, tugging you inside the cabin and walking you over to the corner of the room, is teaching them that in life things aren't always straightforward, and sometimes you need to prioritise what's important. He pulled his goggles all the way up off his eyes and sat them there on his head, pushing his heavy fringe back and away, giving you a glimpse of his perfect jawline. Get on your knees, he said in a commanding low voice. A jolt shot through your body and throbbed into your core, freezing you in place as you stared at him. You heard me, he said again. Get on your knees. You obeyed and dropped down, looking up at him as you knelt on the ground. He crouched down and took your chin in hand, his bloodshot eyes looking at your lips as he ran his thumb from one corner of your mouth slowly across the bottom lip to the other corner. Your obedience is making me want to test and see how far you'll follow orders, he said in a quiet, low voice, before pulling back and standing up. You're good at playing the villain, you said to him in a flustered tone. That was very good acting. I wasn't acting, he replied as he turned away and pulled the goggles down over his eyes again. Stay here and wait for your students. If you move, I'll fail all of them. Your mouth fell open, gaping at him as he left the cabin, closing the door behind him before disappearing into the woods. Uraraka! Yaoyorozu called out as she ran towards the cute brown-haired girl. Have you seen Miss Lin? Shh, Momo, we're supposed to be quiet. Uraraka hushed her friend. Isn't Miss Lin guarding the flag? Well, yes, that's where I left her, but I went back shortly after and she'd gone. Maybe it's a test, Uraraka mused. Maybe the teachers have both disappeared so that it's just a battle between the students. Okay, that sounds likely, Yaoyorozu commented, calming down a bit. But she did say that she would mind the flag. Anyway, thanks, Uraraka. I'll watch over the flag for now. Okay, Uraraka replied. I think Bakugo is on his way, so I'll stop him when I see him. Good luck, Yaoyorozu said as she turned and ran away. I'll be back here if you need me. Another explosion sounded, and Uraraka turned back towards the noise, a look of determination crossing her face as she adopted a fight stance in preparation for the explosion quirk wielder to arrive. And there ends Chapter 18. Stay tuned for Chapter 19.